Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk thinking right out here, and I'm in the lab. But I just switched books. I got another book for you, the Comedic Tree of Life, and I'm gonna break down what I call the Anunian Theology or Theurgy. Let's break that down for you. But I'm gonna introduce you to a philosophy about the Neteru. That's what it's all about. Getting to know your God, whatever you call it, whatever you perceive him to be. Let's talk about it. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tuning in to receive me. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and too. My God, be true. We're switching gears now. We're going to get some lessons in the Neteru and the philosophy of the Anunian Theurgy, which is the concept of gods, the study of gods in the beginning. But this is an old book. This is one of my first books that I had to start teaching from, so I'm back to teaching. Teaching on duty. Better hear me good. Pay attention, get comfortable. I got a whole chapter of information that I like to go over. Oh, it's going to be a minute, so get comfortable. Let's rock. Rightism. P. Funk's philosophy on the introduction of the philosophy of Neteru. That means more than one God. And the tree of life from the Anunian Theurgy, or their concept. Let's go. In the last lesson, I didn't give you that one, but this is chapter 2. First lesson we ever been there, so I'm trying to get past some. I don't do a lot of fluff. I try to get the beat potatoes, and this is where we are right now. Let's go. So in the last lesson, we did an overview of what the previous series, but that we had done called the introduction to the Anunian Theurgy. I got that book too, the Anunian religion. Okay, but it is a class that you learn about what called the oldest theurgy in human history, the earliest known religious concepts. This was not the earliest from a philosophy of ancient command, no, but it was the earliest completely espoused and codified form of religious philosophy from Anunian Theurgy. And the god they had was Ra. Okay, remember Amun Ra Ptah? Ra was the one for the Anunian, they took him. And the central figure of this theurgy, theology, religion, whatever you want to call it, the high god is Ra, the supreme being. He's Ra in their theology, okay, in their theurgy again. But the ultimate cause, he is the ultimate cause of everything that exists. And everything branches out from Ra as an upside down tree that has the roots in the sun disk, meaning the roots is up there, the tree's coming down this way in the sky, and the branches, the sun rays, which reach down to earth, extending out. Not just the earth, but throughout the physical realm. In fact, the roots are in a transcendental world in the noon. The noon before anything was happening, that's before anything. And then come into the physical realm, what we know to be the Ta, the Pat, and the Duat, the three realms, the three conscious. Ta, physical, Pat, heaven, then the Duat. That's the last final game, end game, where fill the reed, mentor, all that good stuff. That's where you get to meet Amen. Ptah is Ta, Pet is Ra, and Tahudi, Amun is the Dua. Alright. But these realms from the noon is what we call the undifferentiated consciousness, meaning nothing was happening, nothing going on. Bunch of possibilities, but nothing happened. And that doesn't know anything. It didn't want to know that. But it doesn't do anything either. It's just there. The abyss, like the water, like the ocean, it's just there, just there. But it's not in any kind of form. So now it doesn't care about holding shape. It's just there. And none kind of impetus, that kind of impetus is applied to that, the substratum of existence. It's something there. It's just undifferentiated matter. And now, then that matter, which was previously undifferentiated, begins to change and take various shapes and forms and sizes and even functions, which was, and these impetuses that causes change in the undifferentiated matter, and the cause of it became differentiated, we call them cosmic forces, starting with air, Shu, moisture, Tefnut, physical earth, Geb, heaven, Nut. Those are 5 elements. Ra represents the sun, okay? But the concept being related here is that the extension of the Neter through the Neteru, meaning from himself, other gods and goddesses, the Neter, the one supreme being, Ra, branches out into his creation by the means of his use of cosmic forces, aka Neteru. We call them God and goddesses, male and female, principles and concepts, but we call them Neteru. That was the basis of the Anunian Theurgy of creation myth. Everybody have a creation myth. Nobody was there, so nobody knows for sure. There wasn't no eyewitnesses. So it's all theoretical, and mythological. And the foundation of this concept is behind the concept of the tree of life from the Anunian Theurgy concept. So now, these cosmic forces, what is the cosmic force? Wait, calm down, relax, I got you. I got time. It's going to be a little while, so I ain't got to rush. All right? So these cosmic forces that we call nature are governed by what we know to be principles, starting with my girl, Maya. The principle of what? Duality, order, reciprocity, justice, everything that's divine. That's what the cosmos stand on. And the operation of the manifestations. You have already been given the name of these principles. Again, in the Anunian Theurgy, the tree of life, you know the main names already. Ra, sun, Aset, Shu, Geb, Tefnut, Asar, Tahudi, Mayat, Hetharu, etc. These are all the gods from the Anunian Theurgy that makes up the creation and nature from their aspect. Okay, understand that. So now you know the names, okay? And as well as the elements that have taken form out of the primeval matter, starting with Maya, order, divine order out of chaos, okay? Chaos is Itfet. You don't hear much about Itfet. Why? Maya just rips him apart. Why? He's chaos. She don't do chaos. She destroys chaos. And from the outer sense of an exoteric sense, meaning the physical body, people may look at this strictly as a religion and think of these as actual personalities. Right there. You're no different than the ignorant Christians who think Christ lived, who believe everybody in the Bible existed, but they got no gravesite, they got no proof, but they believe it. Okay. If you think our mythological principles, forces of nature are real personality, you ain't no smarter than them. It's not actual personality in the sense that they are what? Just like human beings, having personality, but the Neteru are much more than that. Again, you consider that people act in certain ways. We all got our ways individually. And in society recognizes that and labels them in accordance. If you wild out, crashing out, you're off the hook, you're crazy. If you take care of yourself, you cool, you're all right. Okay, you're smart, that's intelligent brother. So everybody got labels. The ancient time, that's what the hairdresser would tell you who they was. And now we know your personality is your headdress, your calling card, so to speak. And when they were the action, for example, people on Wall Street, I guess it's less than years ago, I remember this now, people who like to buy stocks. If you're in the stock market investment, then in a lot of things and spread a lot of money around, they call them bulls. They're aggressive, so they're notorious. That's big, I know. And if you believe and think or act with that kind of energy, you're referred to on Wall Street as a being bullish. Again, they got an understanding. And if you like to hang back and see what's going on before you invest and be cautious, now you're called the bear. And the same quality that we're using now, we use the same thing for the philosophical concepts that we use the gifts from the animals, like the falcon is the fattest bird in the air. He's dive bomb over 200 miles an hour. He's good vision, perfect at everything he's supposed to do. Your spirit is represented by him. That's why, because the qualities and attributes. Please understand that. A man walking by the bird here. Yeah, it's the attribute telling you that's who he is. He's Haru, the spirit. Okay, the baddest man in the land, the sun god. Okay. But everybody have a concept. They're showing you on Wall Street, they got the same philosophical concept. Okay, so if you like to hang back and see what's going on, you're a bear. But you're bearish. Are you really a bear? No. Again, we know that. So no one is just acting like a bear. Your force is bearish. The energy you are manifesting is bearish. You see where I'm going with this? It's easy to understand. So the Neteru are like that also. Hell you go. Now, using the attribute and making it yours, manifesting it for yourself. Never worry about did they exist, they real. Stop that. Get the lesson. Never mind the message. Messenger. Some carry with them certain energies. Ra is fire. That's his calling card. Yeah, okay. Light, fire, heat. He represents all of that. And he do it from a long way out. That part about Ra, that part about God, we can see. That's the visual. Amen is the hidden part about God. Okay, the spirit that's hidden inside all. And Ptah is the self-created one who brings himself into physical concept. But you got Aset. She represents wisdom and intuitive knowledge. That's Asar's wife. Our mother. We are Haru. We're the spirit that comes from her. She's the ultimate mother. All right? She represents wisdom. And now you got Shu. He is air and wind, etc. But everybody, these ain't people. They're principles. They're concepts. We give them identity to study so we can mimic them and use them. So those energies are to be understood and mastered, harnessed, and practiced by your spiritual, you the spiritual aspect, and you the aspect, you should be able to manifest them at will. We're going to break them down. Again, I got the whole tree of life. This is the book of that, so I got a few things to break down for you. But this is all conceptual and principle that you can manifest for yourself. So let me break it down right quick. When you walking about, when we talk about the principle or the supreme wisdom, who are you talking about? That's the goddess Aset. Intuitive knowledge, all that good stuff, wisdom, that's her. Immortality, that's her. Power to bring back life, that's her. Okay? And those are stories to tell you about her. She's not real, but we bring her to life with the stories and the mythology, the allegorical stories. And watch this. She embodies what we know to be the principle, feeling, and actions of that concept, that individual. You can use them and manifest it in you by practicing them. That's what Maya teaches. So now, in a sense, yes, just like that Wall Street personality, he is a bull. And at the same time, he is John Doe. Meaning he is who he is, but he can act and be perceived that manner. Let's go. So whatever his name is, also, essentially, especially in the Maya and right thinking philosophy, it says you are your actions. Meaning what you say and what you do represents you. That's who you are. But I ain't like that. If you do this, then that's who you are. Who you say you are, who you think you want to be. No, the actions will tell you. I tell anybody, when a person, show you who they are, believe them. When their words don't match their actions, don't trust them. Simple. Okay, that's the philosophy that holds true all the time. It's foolproof. Use it always. Don't every now and then. Nope, I like him, so nope, nobody gets a pass. Everybody got to show and prove. Why? That's who they are. They should watch them. Just observe them. That's all. And when you got that action, you can't fail. So what you do, and as the saying goes, morals are judged by your deeds, not your words. My word, my bond, word don't mean nothing. You can't spare me. Your deeds are what we're gonna recognize. And your internal morality is what's judged by your expression of that morality, and that determines your fate and for your future spiritual evolution. If you're sneaking, deceitful, and always looking to get over, you're not practicing my philosophy. Okay, you're not going to get by. So the whole idea here is that if you, the aspirant, you were to learn the principles by practicing them, learning them, studying them daily, you would discover that those principles within you. I told you, they're all aspects of you. Anubis, discernment. Your discernment for spiritual teaching should be sharper than what it is, because y'all falling for the okie doke with all these big time nigger preachers who all they're doing is sucking you for money. Moving on, that's on you. So when you feel like these guys, the aspects of character is reside in you, you will be a better you. That's the name of the game, to master you with these qualities that you can manifest. Hope you're understanding this. And then not just intellectually. No, it ain't all about intellect. It's important to be that. But this is not just to know about them. Just know I know about. No, you got to be like them. You got to emulate them. You got to eat them, consume them, and manifest them in yourself, and be able to recite what the myths about them. That's cool. That's fine. I know the story. I love the story. Why? Because I learn from the stories. That's what the story is for, to teach you, to learn, and or maybe able to what, discuss them anytime. I'm ready. I love my Egyptian philosophy. So understanding their history, knowing their exploits, etc. Y'all know Christ's story, but for 18 years, how the hell you couldn't know his life story, but for 18 years you don't know what the hell he was doing? Y'all don't know his story? Oh, somebody else do. What the hell is that? Either you do or you don't. Moving on. Again, if there's suspect, if there's seems like, it could be, if there's no proof, it ain't real. Just that simple. Everybody talks about Atlantis. Everybody keep asking me, what do you feel about Atlantis? Everybody talks about it. Ain't nobody seen it. Nobody experienced it. Nobody been there. What they talk about? Jesus. Nobody seen it. Nobody. What they talk about? See, so I don't get caught up in that. That's you got your discernment. My discernment says, man, I don't waste my time with nonsense. I don't even waste my time. Move on. If it don't make sense, if it don't smell, if it don't pass the smell test, let it go. Why? If it don't smell right, it ain't not gonna be right. That's the first sense. You got your first sense is to smell, see, hear, touch, and then taste. If it don't pass the smell test, we ain't going no further. Moving on. That's just my philosophy. But with this kind of thing, this is not what we are talking about. No. But you need to know something is to become one with it. For you to know these guys, you got to mimic them. You got to practice them. You got to be like them. Kobe wanted to be like Mike. Got real close. Okay, he close to anybody else. So, but a lot of people want to be like Mike. They didn't say it. They didn't say. He made it know. I want to be like Mike. So he did his thing. And that's how you do it. For that aspect, he took it to the next level, made it happen. And that means that your thoughts will become like theirs. Your words will become like theirs. And your physical actions, the manifestation, will become like theirs. And these three modes of expression, that's what stands forever. The pyramid concept is based strong, and it goes upward and meet at a certain point from both sides. And if you were to learn, right there, you need to study to learn. You can't just hear, think of, no, you need to put time in, study, to know the principles. I know the 42 principles of my yacht like the back of my hand. Why? I study them and I practice them. I live by them. It's part of what I do. And what happened? Yes, you will end up mastering them. You have heard master musicians, okay, they talk about do not think about the music when they are playing it. When I'm playing football, we all been in that zone. Play basketball. When you just shooting a hoop, it can't miss. I scored 100 points in one game. I know about the zone. I know about getting in that place. Everybody can tackle me. Everybody can touch me. Been there. So it's expression, but it's real true when you actually do it for the person who manifests it. All right? Barry Sanders. I'm a Gale Sayers man. Y'all might not know him. But Barry the second coming of Gale. That little guy juke and boot, but he stayed around long enough to make himself known. They got him at the number one running back. Opinion. Moving on. If you're talking running backs, the cream of the crop is Jim. We start from him, work your way down. Barry, love you, but I'm starting with Jim. Moving on. But they're doing it. When you manifest concepts and ideas that you learn, that's how you make it happen for yourself. And they are, if you become them, they become you. And they become you. If someone was to ask you a question about right thinking philosophy, and you claim to be a right thinker, and somebody asks you about the philosophy, and if you have to go call me or look in a book, you're not a master. The answer should be spontaneous. Why? Because you know it. Well, let me look at the book. I'll be right with you. And if you got to go to the books or go back and ask questions to your teacher and reflect upon it, you need to seek counsel, a little more counsel about it. Then you haven't become it. You haven't mastered it. As a mason, if you ain't got the first 3 degrees of masonry master, you ain't a master. Some people just get degrees out willy-nilly. Oh, he's a mason. No, he ain't. If he went through the trial, the only guy I know, Alan P., my man, Manly P. Hall, he studied the Masonic books. I read all the books. I went to everybody. I got books about everybody. I did the same thing. And what happened? He understood the Masonic esoteric teachings better than the ones who wrote the damn books. They made him a 33rd degree honorary Mason on his knowledge and intellect of the craft. That's big, strong. But when I listened to him, he was very astute. So I didn't know he wasn't a Mason. You couldn't tell me he wasn't a Mason. He got Masonic knowledge. So that's my point. And that's what they said. You study, you can become it. That's the whole purpose, manifesting. So now you're still in effect stage, or the effort stage. You're still learning. You're still working. You ain't the master, okay? So realize that, understand that. So now you are still what? Striving. You're still on your journey to what? Self-mastery. And if it's not a spontaneous knowledge, ask the question, once you have attained it, it will be. That's the difference in having mastery and not having it. Having it, spontaneous. Not having it, you got to, you don't have it yet. That's all. Mastery, still work on it. Get to work. Let me wrap it up right quick. I got more, but I'm going to stop right here. But once you have attained it, what? Self-mastery. Knowledge of all the gods inside you. All of them, the qualities, the characters, you mastered them. And then now you are ready to excel in other attainment. Oh, it's more. It's a lot more. And what? Mastership of them. You want to master every aspect of yourself, hence self-mastery. And as you master these qualities, you are also now able to harness them, manifest them. So if you master the principle of Aset, that means you have wisdom, you have intuitive knowledge, you know things. That's what Aset represents. So now you can harness that principle that she represents, so you can harness that cosmic energy that comes to you by the mode of action, by you manifesting it. But these are just supports for your will. And the goddess Net, or Nat, she represents the warrior. She's the warrior goddess. She fights off what? Ignorance. Her goal is to shoot down ignorance. She's the bow and arrow. Her calling card, she got a bow and arrow, and she got a shield. She represents the Athena, the goddess of war from the Greek mythology. That's what they use as Athena. She was born full regalia and armed up, all suited and booted and ready to go. But she's the prognosticator of Aset. She's the starter, and Aset is the aspect of her who represents will. Although right now we are referring to her transcendental aspect that we have talked about previously, her qualities. On a physical level, she also represents will and determination. Why? She went and found her husband, found him, brought him back. Set came back and caught him and cut him up. She went and found all the pieces. That's why she represents will and determination. She got that. As well as clarity of purpose. She knows what she's doing. And this is your principle of wisdom. And it's related to your power that all people have and the ability to harness once they have what? Comfort in their knowledge of it. Study it, practice it, master it. Once they have security in their understanding, their secured knowledge, and that concept, and that attribute, and that manifestation that you can make for yourself once you learn it, and you now related to the term men, M-N, or men-nu, M-N-N-U, which means you are now firm on your term. They call it Jed. You now are what? You're a Jedi. That's where they got it from Star Wars. Yeah, that means you're straight up and down, you're good on your point, and you're firm and committed and steadfast, which means that you are established in your belief, in your understanding, in yourself. And you have what? Self-knowledge. You have knowledge of self. You have mastery of oneself. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be right back with religious practice. I'm going to break that down for you. Oh, we rolling now. The teachers, I'm doing his thing right now. Tune in. I got you. I'll be right back. But in closing, right there, because you all live 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who now get an introduction to the philosophy of Neteru, Tree of Life, and the Anunian Theurgy, and passed away. That's a mouthful. I'll be right back.